What up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Frey, and here on Heavenly Terp, I love to talk about controversial things like OnlyFans, festivals, and cannabis. But today we're going to be diving into OnlyFans because it is Wednesday. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about dealing with difficult or disrespectful, rude customers, and what to do, how to deal with them, etc. People seem to have a mouth when it comes to talking to us and treating us very unkindly and disrespectfully. So I am here to help you kind of navigate how to handle those situations and still kind of make money off them, or just get them the fuck away from you. So if you're interested in learning more about that, go ahead and stick around. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified every time that I post. And I also started a blog, so if you would like to see this information more in a readable format, it is going to be linked below. All right, thanks so much, and let's jump right into it. So because today's video is going to be about rude, disrespectful people, I'm going to try to make it as short and sweet as possible because no one wants to have this negative energy around them for too long. So diving right into it, getting right on into it. First of all, you have to decide what your boundaries are. So are you going to be the type of creator that accepts humiliation to or fro? So what that means is, like, are you someone who is okay with taking humiliation customs? So picking on someone's size, picking on someone's looks, Are you comfortable with doing that for them? Are you comfortable with them doing that to you, etc.? And what your other boundaries are. So whether you're a submissive, a dominant, etc. A lot of people don't like the sex talk without tipping. So do you want your fans to be able to sext you for free, essentially? Like, what are your boundaries as a content creator? Are you okay with them sending you photos, or do they have to pay you to send photos, etc.? Once you have your boundaries established, then you can move into how to actually assert them. So what I do is so OnlyFans has the ability to let you have post labels and whatnot, which is amazing to allow your customers to easily navigate your page. I have one that is specific for page info, and I just add like a cute little sexy photo, and then the caption is going to be information. Most of the time, I will have one that is like my content schedule, so that way you can kind of see what videos are coming up soon. One of them is my rules. So again, my boundaries, my rules. If you break any of them, what's going to happen, etc. Another one would probably be like an outline of my page, which is like all the different post labels I have, what you can find under those post labels, etc. A lot of people like that about my page. I'm very autistic when it comes to my page and how it's set up. So it's pretty foolproof as far as people finding and understanding how I want my page to work. I have a page for custom, like I have a post for customs, and it's like, it has my custom menu, and then it also has like in the description how to order a custom from me. And if you're not going to order a custom in that way, you're probably not going to get a custom or get what you want, because you're not following like the template that I gave in order to make it easier for us both to understand what you want and what you're going to pay in order to get it. So I would definitely suggest to have a post that has your boundaries and your rules kind of outlined. Keep that pinned to like the top. You can pin 5 posts. I always pin my content schedule. I pin my weekly schedule. I pin my newest like full length XXX video, etc. You can like pin 5 like posts, so make sure you choose those wisely. And like I kind of change them out here and there, but page info is a post label, so that way whether it's pinned or not, you have a post label to go to and see all of the information you need to see in order to know kind of how my page works. So once you have your boundaries established and you know what your boundaries are, your fans or your customers, whatever you call them, know what your boundaries are, then you're going to move into how to actually like enforce those rules and boundaries. So the way that I do it in a way that's like funny and kiki and cute or whatever, to where excuse me, to where like my fans still want to subscribe and pay me and whatever, and they're like, oh, ha ha ha, I'm dumb, you know what I mean? I kind of tell them, I'm like, oh, so it's, if you forgot or if you didn't see, you know, like it is pinned to the top of my page. Whenever they ask me like how much something is gonna cost, I'm like, if you go, my tip menu is pinned, you can go do the math, figure out how long of a video you want or what kind of video you want, do the math. It will tell you how much it's gonna charge, like how much you're gonna be charged. If you have questions about specific kinks, by all means message me. But like I literally have a layout of how to do that, and I kind of explain it in a way that's like, I'm not gonna keep reiterating. Like, I'm not gonna, like, keep explaining to every single fucking person how to order a custom. So I just made a post. You can go look at the post like everyone else instead of wasting my time and making me sit here and fucking, you know, but, like, say it in a cute, funny way. You feel me? That's, like, my biggest piece of advice right there is to just, like, say it in a kiki kind of funny way that's like, oh, ha, 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 you know, like, it's in the post. You can go read the post. You feel me? Like, you could do some math. You could do some math. Tell me how long of a video you want. That will tell you how much it's going to be. You feel me? Like, kind of make it funny, you know, as a way to kind of be like, aha, I want your money, but you're kind of stupid and wasting my time. You know what I mean? Make it funny. Make it funny, because at the end of the day, it is a business transaction and you are trying to get to the point fucking quick so that way you can make as much money without wasting time explaining to someone how to order a custom when it's literally posted for them to take their own time to read. You feel me? So, like, definitely make it funny, but still, like, because it's still a business transaction, but at the end of the day, you're in, like, an entertainment industry, so you still have to kind of make it entertaining and funny, or, like, if you're a degrading content creator, that's why I was saying understand what your boundaries are. Because if you're a degrading content creator, then people who subscribe to you are subscribing to you because you have advertised that you degrade them and that you want to degrade them. So they will subscribe, and, you know, you could be like, stop fucking wasting my time, you dumbass. You know where it is, you know, or whatever, because you're being paid to degrade them, essentially. That is like the character, the boundary that you have portrayed and advertised. I personally don't do any of that. I don't do any of the humiliation stuff. I'm more of like cute, sweet, like sweetheart kind of vibe in my world. But there are plenty of creators who do the humiliation thing. It's a super popular thing. It's a super popular request. I just don't like doing it. It makes me feel bad. Like, it negatively affects my mental health to hurt someone else. So I just don't do it unless, like, I feel like I need to snap off on someone, which I'm working on not doing, because that's not healthy either. But anyways, I definitely, like, you know, would say have that decision kind of figured out before you start content creation, because of how common of a request that is to, like, get humiliation content. So definitely understand and, like, have it in your head whether you're going to do humiliation content or not before you even start making content, because that is a boundary that will come up. Now, when it comes to OnlyFans, you do have a restrict option, which prevents them from messaging you and commenting on any of your content. So if they were being disrespectful in comments or in messaging, you can restrict them. And that will allow them to still see your content, still be able to pay you. They just can't necessarily interact with you, which is a great way to keep them paying without having to continually deal with their disrespect and lack of respect for your boundaries. However, if you do block that person, you will be refunding their subscription fee, not their tips or anything, just their subscription fee for that month, because they're no longer getting that month. And that's something that unfortunately OnlyFans will not reverse. So I would say keep that button saved for people who, like, you really just don't want interacting or seeing your stuff at all. Like the person who doxed my legal name got blocked, they got their money back, and now they just can't access my shit at all on anything. And I did that for my free account and for my paid account. Like, I found that they were also subscribed over onto my free account, so I blocked them over there as well, which didn't refund any money because it was free. So yeah, the block button, I would say definitely stick for people who really deserve it, because you're losing money on it. But the restrict button, use that as much as you need, because at the end of the day, if they choose not to resubscribe, you didn't lose any of the money that you've already made off them, and you no longer have to deal with them being disrespectful to you and your boundaries. So definitely utilize that restrict button as much as possible, and just make sure that your boundaries are like very clear from the start. The majority of the fans and customers are mad respectful and are super understanding because they respect sex work as a whole, and our industry as a whole. That is the majority of the experience that I have had. However, I have only been in this industry for 3 years, and there's people that have been in the industry for much longer that have experienced much worse. I am also a white, pretty privileged passing person. Although I am non-binary trans, I could put on something that covers up my body hair and not appear that way. I could pass, and that kind of affects the way that I walk about life in all aspects, especially in this industry. I will say that people of color, and especially trans people of color, and my fellow trans and non-binary folk that are more androgynous or less easily passing, unfortunately, because of, you know, the lack of gender affirming care accessibility in this fucking country, they get attacked and shamed a lot more than what I do. Even though I do get shamed and attacked, I don't receive it nearly as much as they do. So definitely keep that in mind whenever you are utilizing things like the block and the restrict button, because at the end of the day, the majority of the fans do show respect, and the majority of the hate and disrespect comes from like regular society. But you will still find in every industry that there are creators and fans that are very disrespectful to minorities. And we witnessed that at the AVN award ceremony. Unfortunately, we witnessed a lot of transphobia unfolding, and that really didn't sit right in my heart and made me very sad, because there's literally a trans category, multiple trans categories. Like, we are here, we are a thing. So please make sure that you are vetting different creators that you are working with if you do fall into one of those minority categories, because it's very important to make sure that you trust who you're going into work with, because of the high rates of disrespect, discriminatory behavior, and assaults towards minority groups. I kind of got off track a little bit, but you know, it was very important to put in here when we're talking about disrespect and boundaries, because you also have to apply your boundaries to other creators that you're working with and that you're following and interacting with as well. Don't just interact with someone and deal with their disrespect because they're a veteran in the industry. There are plenty of people in the industry that are going to treat you with respect, and that will respect your boundaries. So please make sure that you are vetting not only your fans but your fellow creators in order to create a safe space for you, because at the end of the day, with as vulnerable as an industry as this is, you have to be very, very dead set on your boundaries and very, very good at asserting them, because people will take advantage of you because they think you don't have any boundaries because of what you do. And that's unfortunate, but it is unfortunately the societal stigma for our job. So I just want everyone to be aware of that, please, when establishing boundaries. It is not just for fans, it is also for everyone around you. If someone in your life is shaming you for your job or disrespecting you for your job, please get them the fuck out of your life, because that is a danger to you at the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for joining me. I tried to make this as short and sweet of a video as possible, because I know it's a little bit heavier of a video this week, but it's extremely important to talk about, especially given what happened at the AVN Award ceremony. So thank you so much for sticking around with me. Please go make your fucking bag and have a blast. Mwah. See you next week. Bye.